Hi, Jenny here. Today is Monday, November 27th. So I didn't do an update on Friday or Saturday like I usually do, just because we were a little busy. And I was thinking, oh, do I do an update or? But in any case, I thought I'll throw one together today. We'll see what else I'm going to get to do. The pain is set back in. Was doing fine for the last like 3 weeks, and then Saturday morning I had a little pain, and pretty much the pain lasted all day. It's enough that it's bothersome, probably at a level of like a 3 to a 4 on the pain scale. So I rested a lot on Saturday, so I didn't do a video. I didn't do much. We'll back it up to, I don't know, because I like chronological. On the 22nd, I'm trying to think what else has been happening. What anything interesting over the weekend? I think not much. The 22nd, on Wednesday, so the day before Thanksgiving, I got a call from the surgeon's nurse scheduler saying that that doctor wanted some more blood work done. I was like, oh, okay. So that made me a little nervous. I was kind of like, I'm like, well. So she was saying something about checking some nutritional level. I was only half listening, and I thought, it doesn't really matter what they're checking, I have to get it done. So she was like, I know it's all the holidays and stuff, but you could just do it as soon as possible, and then they'll let me know the results or something. Or I'm like, okay. So yeah, I was a little stressed about that and stuff, and then I thought, well, all right, whatever. Maybe it was the next day. I think I decided, I'm like, oh, there's probably some type of an order or something. Usually they log all the phone calls and all that too in the LiveWell accounts. So I thought maybe there might be something in there, and I did go in and check, and it did say that they were checking for my albumin level, which then I looked up on the computer. What does that mean? And it said that that helps tell them, I guess, the functioning of the kidneys and liver, and make sure that that's all going well. I'm looking at the chart of all my blood tests, and it gives the regular blood test, and then it has on there of seeing past results, and it gives you a nice little a line graph of where you're at. And I know I checked that before, and all my numbers in reality are heading back to normal, which is great. And I remember seeing, I checked my albumin level, and it was like a 3.4, and I think 3.6 is normal. So again, I was trending in the upward, so I was getting there. So the other thing I looked at is, well, what foods can help that level out? Not that maybe eating them for a day or two will affect the blood test at all, but again, to help myself out. And from what I found, it was like eggs and nuts. Well, I've been munching on nuts lately for my snacks. I've cut out all the, chips, Doritos, pretzels, and I've been snacking on nut mixes. That's my go-to. So I thought, well, I've been doing that. I haven't eaten eggs in a little while, just because I've had a taste for, oatmeal or smoothies. So I'm back to having eggs for breakfast for the last couple days. So there was that. Thanksgiving Day went fine. That was wonderful. My mother-in-law offered to host, which was wonderful because of, she kind of did that in October when I wasn't feeling well, when I was in pain. And so that was great that we didn't have to worry about, trying to clean up the house, which again, my husband is wonderful. He would have cooked all the food, he would have done everything necessary, but I feel bad, I wouldn't want to help. And usually for the vegetables and all that stuff, we're a tag team of cutting and, and cooking. Like, he'll take care of the turkey, I usually take care of the vegetables, and setting the table. Again, we both help clean and get that stuff done. But I was very grateful that she offered to have it this year, and it worked out wonderfully. We went down there, my girls were able to come, and the one boyfriend, and his sister was there. So a nice little small family gathering. They had wonderful food, we had good company. So it all worked out really well. So that day was really good. And then after coming home, then we took a plate of food over to my mom and visited with her for a while. So that was also good. So we got the whole family fix in there. And that was all right. And then Friday, I had lunch with my girlfriends again, kind of last hurrah till I'm well enough again in a couple months that I'll be able to go back out again with them. So my one girlfriend kind of set that up, put out a text to our little friend group to see who was all available for that day. And we almost all made it. 5 of us were there. And our 6th person was, going to make it. She responded, yes, she was going to make it. And then that morning she felt she had a cold. And so nicely stayed home, nicely for me, that she didn't want to pass on those germs. So as my husband says, that's the main thing right now, is keeping me healthy before surgery so that I won't get sick. But that was nice. So the 5 of us, like I said, got to get together and have lunch out. Good restaurant, good food, good company again. It was so nice to catch up. One of the gals we haven't seen in over a year. So it was very nice to see, her in person, and a couple other ones too, that it's been a while. So that was very nice. It was Friday. I was still feeling good on Friday. And I was going to do my blood work in the morning and get it kind of done and over with. And I went to, I didn't look up online to see if the clinics are open or not. It's healthcare. I figured they'd be open. I went to my one clinic and they were open, but the lab was closed. They had kind of real select small services going on that day. Said one of the other clinics was open. The lab was open there. And I thought, well, I didn't have enough time to scooch over to that lab before lunch. So I thought maybe after lunch I would get that done. But then after lunch, I was just distracted and wanted to come home. And so I came home, didn't think about it till about almost an hour later, going, oh yeah, I was going to stop at the other clinic and get blood work done. Well, whatever. So I looked online. They were open on Saturday from like 8 to noon. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go with my husband. He could drive and we'll go there and we'll get blood work done, and then I'll help him grocery shop and, spend some time together. And so we did. On the way there, I could feel I was having some pain. I was having some pinching pain again. I'm like, all right, I could deal. So we went in and got down to the lab. And the woman that brought me back, she was looking in the computer and she was like, oh, when is your surgery? And so I told her, December 7th, it's a couple weeks ago. She's like, oh, I don't know if it's true. I have to ask. So she called another girl's name, the other gal that was working in the lab. And I said, well, I was told that anytime within 30 days you could do blood work. I'm like, I just had blood work done 2 weeks ago. So I don't know why they want, other update, but so it should be fine. And she's like, oh, I check. So this other gal came over and looked at it, and she was like, no, this is fine. And the woman was like, well, but is it too early? Can we just, is it not too early? And she goes, well, no, this isn't going to change at all. That's her blood type. And the other, so let's just type it. I'm like, really? Are they testing for my blood type? Because my mom and I were just talking about that on Thanksgiving Day. It's like, do they know your blood type? So they're ready. And my husband's all like, they have to know your blood type by now, especially maybe when they did my ileostomy surgery, because they have to make sure that they have blood on hand at the hospital in case something goes wrong, that they're ready, And I'm like, well, I don't know. I said, so funny, because Wednesday night, I also kind of typed a little note to my doctor just saying, hey, just curious, thinking about the surgery date and wondering if by chance you know my blood type, just in case anything goes wrong, how that works, whatever. And also I'm curious to know what it is. So funny that I was thinking maybe she could add that on to this test, even though that was kind of too late. Like, they're not going to work on the weekends, and then so for her to add it in if she needed to, just because. But in any case, it was already there. See, the universe works in mysterious ways. It had that put out there for me already. So I was excited about that I finally get to learn my blood type. I think I knew it way long ago when I had my daughter. I had a C-section, and somehow they knew my blood type and they knew her blood type, and knew that I needed to have a shot because our RH, what do you call it? Level pattern, like there's RH negative and RH positive as a part of your blood. So if you have your B positive, B negative, that's the RH factor, is the positive or negative. And ours were different. And so there was a chance of somehow her blood getting into my bloodstream or something, and then it may make it coagulate. So I had to get this shot, and I had to get one. I thought there was one while she was still in utero, and then I knew there was one after she was born. I had to get one. So that was was interesting. So, you know, years later, I think I asked my doctor if she knew what my blood type was, and she was looking back at my charts and she couldn't find it. And she was all like, well, if they need to know your blood type, they type it right, you know, like there when they need it, if there's some emergency. And so it was like, okay, fine. But now I got to know my blood type. So they took 3 vials of blood from me. I was kind of like, whoa, that's a lot. They're like, maybe they're testing everything again. I don't know. All it said in my chart was albumin. It didn't even say the blood type. It just said they were checking for albumin. So I checked this morning and the results were in there, and it was just albumin and pre-albumin. So my pre-albumin, I'm like right on the good zone, and the albumin, I am now 1 away. So again, still trending up. I was 2 away, and now I'm 1 away. So hopefully that's okay. I did also read online that if your albumin was low, they could give you a shot to help increase that. So we'll see if they're thinking I need that, or again, because I'm still trending up, that within the next 2 weeks, because again, that was in 2 weeks, it went up, and again, and surgery's not for 2 weeks. That again, it should be at a good level. I don't know what surgery does to that or how that matters for surgery as opposed to anything else, because again, they didn't test for anything else, they just tested that. So hopefully that's all okay. We'll find out. Yeah, so then, like I said, after the blood work was done, that was fine. I just had him use my arm again because I figured it was easy. I thought maybe they'd only take 1 vial, but I was thinking, they might have to take 2 or... That needle was a little bigger than the last blood work I had done where they used the nice small butterfly needle. I don't know, this one she used a little bigger needle. It was like, it hurt just a little. But I figured it would still be easier and less of a rigmarole than using the port, so that worked out all right. And then from there we went grocery shopping. And I know by the end, as we were ready to check out, Wayne could see I was hurting. He's like, do you need to go sit in the car? And I'm just like, no, I'm fine. I'll make it through. And kind of just keep my body moving, keep going, get my steps in. Shooting for a whole 3,000 steps a day. I know it's a lot, but there have been some days where I had 600 or 700 steps. So I'm trying to get it up there. Again, just to know that I'm moving a little bit. So we finished the grocery shopping, came home, and I went on the couch and lay down. I was thinking, like, I want to be on the computer. I want to be doing, you know, a few things I wanted to do, but I laid down and read, and that was good too. Still finished. I'm almost finished with the book that Randy gave me. So again, it was very interesting, but I haven't took time to do that, so I haven't read in a couple days. So there's that. And then yesterday I was feeling okay. I was up for most of the day on the computer, and did, you know, I don't know, did my computer things, my social media, and what else do I do on the computer? Watch some videos, you know, there too, try to keep up with something like, you know, the Tiffany Thinks and the Let's Talk IBD, keep up with those guys and what's going on in their lives and stuff. So appreciate that. There've been a few comments of people saying, hey, check out Tiffany Thinks and all that. So yep, I've been watching her, I think, for almost a year now, because I know last December is when she went through her surgery, and I was watching hers before that. So it's been a year. Seeing what she's all been going through and saying, and knowing some of the things that I might be going through and how the recovery might be, or again, how things work, which is appreciative, which is again why I'm doing this channel. I'm putting it out there. Hopefully that might help somebody else. So again, I am obviously reading the comments, responding, looking at things, checking things out. I've had a lot of food recommendations. I know I've seen several different methods of people that have, you know, cured themselves of cancer, of different ways of eating. So I have looked into all those, and again, I'm doing what I feel is right for my body, taking a little bit maybe from here and there, and doing a few things. So doing what I think, you know, keep myself healthy. Some of it were my blood work way. Things are going well. It's coming back to normal. We'll see. So again, I appreciate that. I appreciate all your comments. I do look into everything, because there are different methods out there. Different things work for different people. And so that's wonderful. They're options. I love options. You know, if you've watched my videos, you've seen that that's a good thing. So this is going to be one of my last manicures that I've done, because for next week and all, before surgery, I can't have any nail polish on. So I'll take that off and have naked nails for a while. So yeah, something plain. I may or may not put some snowflakes on there or some little stars, make it more like a cosmic type sky, but a little bit of last fun. That's about it. We'll see how it's going, because like I said, I'm in pain today. I'm hoping to make some soup. I was gonna make a soup video. I was supposed to make that last week too. I just didn't get to. I ran out of time. With Thanksgiving in there, and then having the lunch date and all that, so that's fine. Except I want to eat the soup. So we'll see. Hopefully, I think I can push through and get this done and then rest. So that's my plan for today. So another thing that's been going on, if you've noticed or not from the calendar, that we've been kind of doing bag changes every day. I do have on the left side of my stoma, the skin is kind of pink in about a good, probably inch long, inch wide area. And so we've been changing the bag every day to help, I guess, try to heal that area. It seems that my stoma seems to like grow and shrink. It's been good for a while now. Again, in the last few changes we've done, again, it almost shrinks down so it's skin level. We're putting this barrier ring on, and I think between that and the bag, it's almost, then level with the stoma. And I think the stoma sometimes may go below that. So as it is doing output or whatever, and the output's just sitting there, and if there's enough room in between the bag and down to the barrier ring, it's then eating away at the barrier ring, getting under the barrier ring. So I have noticed that sometimes on the left side, when I'm taking everything off, that it is starting to leak under there. So in any case, preventing any leaks from happening that way. And again, hoping to get that skin healed up before surgery time, especially if they want to use that same hole. So hopefully that'll work. I haven't noticed a whole lot of difference, a little bit, but again, hopefully in the next couple of weeks as we're doing this every day, that will help. Another thing I did yesterday was that I practiced with a different microphone for my camera. So I did have 2 extra microphones that I've tried when doing videos, because this one does pick up everything, like the laundry or the refrigerator or what. So we were trying to have something more that I'd have a mic on me that would be hopefully more just my voice. But then they were all staticky when I was moving around. It was rubbing on the clothes or whatever, and so that I haven't used that often. I just stick to my regular mic because it works well. But in any case, like I said, this one will be staticky when I'm in the living room. So I tried out this other microphone. One of them didn't work at all, so I just put that one off to the side. So I guess my husband said, yeah, we've had trouble with that one before. And then I tried a different mic, and that one seemed to work. So that way, if I'm wanting to record while I'm laid up on the couch and stuff, I will have that, and the sound quality should be good. So the other option, I think, is the telephone. I don't know. I was waiting for the cell phone. I'm like, I know a lot of people make videos with their cell phones. Do they use a certain program? Do they use... I haven't done that, so I may try to do that in the next couple of weeks also and see if the phone works. We don't have much memory in our phone. He may have to get me an extra memory card, but if that's going to work, then he would do that. Our phones are a little bit older, so the quality won't be as great. I'm like, something is better than nothing to help keep you guys updated until I get back to using the real camera. Or, like I said, I can use this camera, hopefully with the other microphone. That should work just fine too. So I have options. I like those options. So again, thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for all the prayers and the good thoughts and well wishes and suggestions and all that. I really, really appreciate that so much. How much when I have days like this where I reach out and I think about all you guys that are praying for me and kind of try to gather those prayers, because I know that it's not just any particular day, that hopefully I'm in your prayers often, and I will just take that energy out of the universe and help myself with that. So thank you. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm gonna see if I can make some soup. So you guys keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye bye.